Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Exploring Briarwood. Today we are back in the Lake Corridor. This is the area of the southern half of the world that is just to the east of Briarwood and then further south. So 4 cities which we will be tackling today. This is the third time I believe that we've gone through all of these towns, and you'll see some updates. I do apologize for the rain. But today we are starting down in Lake Lauren. Now this is Booking.com Stadium. This is home to the Tannerford Units. Did I say Lake Lauren? We're in Tannerford. My bad. Tannerford Units, Tannerford Calcio, and the football team is called, I definitely had to look this up last time. I do apologize. Tannerford. Give me a hot sec here. Tannerford Inferno is the football team, but I don't have the track built yet. I do have the canopy finished on both sides of the field here. So this is the one that's based on Polo Grounds. I do have the canopy finished on both sides here, just not behind home plate yet. Circles are hard to build in Minecraft. We've been over it in videos before. So the straight lines are a lot easier to build than the circles, and that's why they're complete right now. I haven't decided what exactly I want to put in center field. I'm thinking kind of like what's at Busch Stadium. I won't put like a grass lawn, but I'm thinking just kind of a beer hall or some kind of centerpiece building here for the batter's eye. And then I am going to make this wall black down here for the batter's eye. But this is Booking.com Stadium. Not a lot has changed since the last time we were here. I did finish this end or this side here. Can't remember if we had. I want to say we had the media rooms done last time we were here. But moving over here, Renault Place. This is very close to structural completion, I should say. The northern and eastern sides are not completed, but for the most part, the southern wall is completely done. There you see the big glass facade. This is street level right here, so this will be a street going across as well as walkways and gardens and that sort of thing. And then over here, do I have this entire wall done? No, I don't. So it's getting close. Here you see that zigzag pattern on the outside. But the interior, we go by the media rooms here. Renault Place, home to the Dragons and the Blazers? No, Oppenfield is, gosh, what are the teams in this place called? Fiascos and the Blazers, thank you. But this is based on Golden One Center in Sacramento. It's got a stone tennis court. I'm calling this the Stone Court Classic. I had this idea, and I don't know if I mentioned this in a video before, but I had this idea when I was like 14. What if there was a Grand Slam tennis tournament once a month, and each one had a different court surface? So obviously the current Grand Slam 4, 2 of them are played on asphalt courts. The Australian one is more of a rubber asphalt, whereas the United States is more of a traditional like U.S. tennis court. Wimbledon obviously grass, France obviously on clay. But then what if there was like a glass tennis court where it was just kind of this thin, durable glass surface? What if there was a brick one? What if there was a stone one? And just kind of ideas that went on in my head. So this one is stone here, also doubles as a basketball arena and a hockey arena. There's the open end there, going to be different clubs and bars here. The flag of, I got to redo that flag now. Here I am thinking this is Lake Lauren the whole time. No, we are definitely in Tannerford. That's the flag of Lake Lauren, so I'm going to have to redo that. I do apologize. It's been a long day, I guess. I'm recording this just shy of midnight, but starting to work my way around here on the lime green seats. Anyways, that's all for Tannerford. Do apologize for calling it Lake Lauren. We'll get to Lake Lauren one of the next few episodes. But Tannerford, we are going north now to Uriah. I do know for a fact that we're going north to Uriah. It goes Tannerford, north to Uriah, north to Oppenfield, north to Lanceter. So, leaving Tannerford, going to the north, say goodbye to Renault Place. And up we go in the direction of Uriah. Now, I've made a lot of progress on the lake corridor. I kind of stuck around a bit. You saw Renault Place obviously close to being completed on at least the interior design. Still have to add stairs, all those little details, but all of the seats are there, all of the different levels are there, that sort of thing. And the same case, for the most part, on two sides of a stadium are coming up in Uriah. This is Shell Stadium. It's based on Lucas Oil Stadium, the home of the Indianapolis Colts. I switched the seats to red. Obviously, you can't see it yet. We'll get there when we get there. There's a little bit of distance between, not Lake Lauren, between Tannerford and Uriah. I do apologize. I'm so sorry. If any of you even care that much about the names and the cultures of the different towns here. But this is Uriah. The station will be right above here. If it wasn't obvious by previous videos, street level is going to be about 12 meters or 12 block levels above the grass base here. This is going to be underground technically. So we go up to street level over here. Let me get out my chart because the Uriah Nets and the Uriah Kodiaks play at an arena called the Chevrolet Center. This is the one that's based on Bridgestone Arena, home of the Nashville Predators. This one also has a tennis court. This one is a carpeted tennis court. So not grass. This one is carpeted. That was another idea. If there was like an Irish Open, I thought it'd be cool to play on like a, I don't know, green grass carpet or something. I was 14. I'm just making these dreams come alive. So brown seats here, Nets hockey, Kodiaks basketball. Eventually more progress will be made over here. Again, I apologize for the rain. It kind of causes the screen to lag a little bit. But for the most part, my Wi-Fi has been getting better. So this is Nationwide Park, the one that's based on Nationals Park, home of the Peacocks. Green seats, blue walls, flipped out fields. Upper deck is in left now instead of right. The bar is going to be sitting behind here. But over here is that Shell Stadium, the Lucas Oil Stadium kind of replication here. So we got the east and south sides done here. I don't have any of the different sections split out yet. But very tall stadium. It's got kind of a steeper lower deck compared to some of these stadiums. In a lower club level, I guess you could say, box, lower mid-level, another lower mid-level, another box level, another box level, and then the upper deck. So a lot more tiers than a lot of my other stadiums have. So this might end up being one of the larger ones. Corner scoreboards like they have at Lucas Oil Stadium. You can't really see it in the dark here, but this is the end with the smaller window. And then the other end is going to have the larger window. So Lucas Oil Stadium is a retractable dome. It also has retractable windows. I'll keep the windows closed in the design, but I'm going to have the roof open. But then over here, again, you can't really see it in the dark, but I am up against a window wall. And this is going to rise very high up. I don't know if you can see that. I do apologize. And then I don't think I added locker rooms. I do have media rooms to most of these stadiums now. So this is the different colors of the teams. The Uriah Trolls is the football team. Red and pink, kind of Valentine's Day colors. And then red, white, and green, Uriah Seasonal FC, the soccer team. Let's go up to Oppenfield. Oppenfield is one of my favorite towns. I say that about a few of them. Oppenfield I really like. Sharing I really like. Garler is growing on me. Falcon City I think will be cool when it's finished. Thurmansport. Briarwood, obviously. Briarwood, we're going to have some stuff to talk about when we get to Briarwood. I am really excited at where I want to move next with Briarwood and some construction there. We're actually going to do some houses for a change, not just stadiums and that sort of thing. So let's go up to Oppenfield. Like I said, 4 towns. We've been to 2 so far. Moving from Uriah north to Oppenfield, we'll end the video in Lanceter, which is the city just to the east of Briarwood. So this might end up being a longer video. I actually don't know if this will reach like 40 minutes, but Oppenfield, there's some cool stuff to see when we get there. This is the one. The color scheme is kind of, I want Oppenfield to feel like a traditional British town, like specifically a northern British town. So something like rural Sheffield or rural Leeds, or not rural, but like not quite the city center, but more so just like the working heart of the northern part of England. So it's got like a very brown brick row house type feel to it. But we're starting with some very distinct buildings here. So you see them pop up on our right. I'm going to let the boat fly. And over here, I wish it wasn't raining. I could record this a different time, but I really want to record it now. You see a big dome start to pop up. And this is the Holiday Center. I think I called it the Holiday Center, not Holiday Arena. This is going to be a big globe. It's based on the former Globen Arena, or former Ericsson Arena. Now it's called Avicii Arena. It's kind of the centerpiece of Stockholm, the capital of Sweden. This is their main arena. It's smaller because of the fact that it is a big circle, or sphere, excuse me, if we're talking three-dimensional space. I decided I'm going to stick with the oxidized copper because it's going to stand out in the rest of the town. I could make it blend in with the non-oxidized copper, just kind of the fresh brown copper. I want it to stand out. I really do, because Avicii Arena stands out. It's got a white exterior that really stands out in Stockholm. And I want this to stand out with the green against the rest of kind of the brown Oppenfield feel. The concourses are going to need to be expanded outside of the circular footprint. So I'm going to have kind of a square base that expands out from just kind of the sphere shape in order to fit that concourse for the lower level. But the rest of the building is going to be a sphere both inside and out. So I don't have the corners pieced together yet on the lower level, but this is what it looks like on the interior right now. Just kind of fitting into that spherical space. And actually, what I could have done is made the sphere higher. I think that would have changed a few of my dimensional issues with this stadium. I knew it was always going to be a struggle trying to fit this arena in the spherical space. It is to scale. I just didn't do a very good job of fitting my idea of the arena footprint inside the sphere itself. But it is to scale the diameter of Avicii Arena. I can't remember exactly what that number is, but if each block in Minecraft is a meter, which it's supposed to be, then this is to scale, the same size as Avicii Arena. Right now set up for the Oppenfield Flames, which is the basketball team, green and orange color scheme. The hockey team is called the Oppenfield Scouts. They kind of have a unique military camo green color scheme. The media room's here. There's that Scouts colors, and then the Flames colors here. Basketball visitors locker rooms here. So this is Domino's on Redfield. This is home to Oppenfield Armory. This is the one that's based on Kenilworth Road, which is the home of Luton Town. Smallest arena, or smallest venue in the Premier League. Fits in a bunch of row houses. I actually have it built specifically into the row houses, not necessarily in between them. So when it's finished, this will be inside a series of row houses. Here's the look around. Light blue and red seats, red only in this lower section, and I think I have red seats for the box wall. But definitely one of the smaller stadiums right now set up for the Oppenfield Spartans, which is the American football team. Like I mentioned, Oppenfield Armory is the name of the soccer team. Here's a look at what those row house fronts are going to look like. So from about the front to maybe 25, 30 meters back is going to be a house. And then as soon as you get to the wall of the house, this is where you hit the concourse. So you'll have an upper level and a lower level for that. I'll have locker rooms on the base. I might use some of the house space if it doesn't all fit. This is the Armory locker room here. Those colors. And then colors of Oppenfield Armory for their press room. And then the Spartans press room over here. That's this one. And then the last stadium we're working on over here. This is Netflix Park. This is based on Dodger Stadium. Now, I mentioned last video there was a design I made when I was about 15 years old for kind of a renovation of Dodger Stadium for the outfield to kind of add more seats and just make it make it more visually appealing, at least to someone like me. I really like busy outfields that still have space and views, so not quite as busy as something like Oakland, where they destroyed that view of the outfield, but more something like Petco Park or Busch Stadium, where you have a lot going on in the outfield, but you still have views of the downtown of the city, that sort of thing. So what is going to happen here is it's going to be symmetrical, I think. I want to do symmetrical. Dodger Stadium, you'll have the traditional high-rise backstop tiers. I think I'm going to do like 7 different tiers of very steep seats. But then in the outfield, instead of just having the lower levels and then that mountain shape canopy that goes over them, on either side, there are going to be towers here. And these towers are just going to act as additional seating, but add kind of an architectural flair to the outfield, but then it still maintains that canopy shape up top here. I'm going to do a center field scoreboard instead of the dual scoreboards on the side, which Dodger fans might find sacrilegious. Sorry, Alex, I do apologize. I have a buddy who's a huge Dodger fan. He's been waiting for this one, so hopefully he sees this update and doesn't chew me out too hard. But we'll have, like I said, probably symmetrical versions of these towers here, center field scoreboard, and that still leaves in the power alleys views of the rest of Oppenfield, whatever Oppenfield ends up looking like when the city develops. So those are the 3 venues in Oppenfield. I really like the direction of this town. I want it to have that kind of working class feel to it. Like I mentioned, that northern England, southern Scotland, small town Wales. I don't know what I'm trying to get at here, but I want it to feel like a working man's town, for lack of a better term. And let's end the video now up in Lanceter. So last time we were in Lanceter, I'm trying to think if anything's really changed. Yes, the football stadium, which is called Nestle Field. It's based on, I always call it Heinz Field, currently known as Acrisure Stadium, the home of the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Pittsburgh Panthers, if you're a college football fan. I have added a lot to that. So a lot of progress being made down in the lake corridor here. Very happy at the progress that's being made on all of these southern towns to kind of match the progress being made on the northern side of the world. Let's make our way up. How should I keep you guys entertained as we move between? This video is coming out December? I'm recording it in October, which means that I have just released on the main SheetG channel a 2-hour timeline of Doctor Who. If you guys want to go check that out, haven't already. Hopefully by the time this is up, it's reached 50,000 views. I doubt it has, but that would be really nice. I'm sure there's an update coming out very soon around the time this video comes out with the new 60th anniversary specials and the timelines for those. But that's all for me plugging my other channel. That's SheetG. You can also check out, there's an Instagram page for all of these builds at briarwood.mcft on Instagram. Go check that out. Daily updates on all of these different buildings that you might not see in depth in these videos. I try to get as in depth as possible. We're back here at MetLife Field. This is the home of the Lanceter Lakers. This is the one that's based on Citi Field. So we got the tiered section in right field. That's usually in left. Obviously flipped outfields like I do with all my baseball stadiums. Bridge section here. Bullpens unbuilt here. Home run apple. That's really just a fountain structure. Kind of halfway between the Big Apple, the home run apple at Citi Field, and the former home run sculpture in Miami at Marlins Park, or Lone Depot Park. This is the Chrome Center. Not a lot has been made to it. There was a significant update I made to this. Obviously, I've finished the floor, so this is another of those tennis floors. This one is clay, terracotta to be exact. This one's based on Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle, home of the Kraken. And then up here, you can't actually really see it in the daylight, which is kind of weird. Maybe it's just the position of the sun as it goes down there. But just kind of this, you can see it better as we go underneath it. Seattle kind of has something like this. Detroit is one that really has something like this. This is kind of a gondola seating concourse. So you have the lower bowl down here. You have kind of the mid tiers here. Your different, you got a lower box and an upper club section, which is usually flipped in most arenas. Obviously the big end sections here. And then an upper deck that still, despite the block, has a view of the entire rink space, which I'm happy about. Usually when I build these arenas, I have a bad habit of not leaving sight lines very well. And that's just the way that I tier my arenas. I'm trying to get better at it. This one, I think I've done perfectly. You can see the entire footprint of the rink space while still kind of having this block off of the rest of the arena. So this is a very, very kind of exclusive club. Up top, I got this dark oak wood thing going on here, but just a walkway from the top here, hangs over the rest of the seats, and then you drop down here into a very steep section where if you look over the top here, you can see the entire floor space there, and just kind of gives you this unique view of the arena from the top. Like I mentioned, it's mostly based on what they have in Detroit than anything they have in Seattle, but kind of got that cool look there. So that's what both sides will look like eventually. And then media rooms down here. I actually put walls on them. That's new. Here's what they look like. Oh gosh, who's that one for? That's for the hockey team. Lanceter Fishers. Lanceter Whitecaps, I think. Basketball team. I always forget the names of these teams. I do apologize. Nestle Field, a little bit of progress. So eventually, all of the, like, it's going to be a horseshoe, like I said, like Acrisure Stadium or the former Heinz Field. It's going to circle all the way around here. It's got a yellow middle tier, which I've added to kind of offset that gray middle tier that Acrisure Stadium has. The colors of the soccer team are blue and yellow. The colors of the football team, the American football team, are teal and yellow. So you see that in the end zone section there. There's the scoreboard and signage. And then this is the open end zone, which is going to have a lower club here. And then over here, media room on either side. This is the American football one, Lanceter Sharks, and Lanceter FC over on this other side. On the other side, blue and yellow there. So with that being said, those are all the venues in Lanceter. That is the Lake Corridor. Thanks for sticking with us for all four towns, even Lake Lauren, which, we didn't actually go to. But next time, we will go over to Briarwood and check out some updates there. Some big updates, hopefully, by the time that the video is recorded and comes out. So join us next week. These go up every Sunday, I believe, at 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 Pacific. Check out the other channel, that is SheetG. Significantly more subscribers over there. But for more Minecraft and other video game updates, stay tuned on this channel. We will see you for the next video very, very soon. Bye.